Hello everyone, Shaun from ESCBubble with you today on our Malta Eurovision Song Contest 2025 interviews. Today we have with us MESC almost veteran now, Stefan Galea. How are you, Steph?
Hey, Lallu, I remember I'm good, but 5 years ago when I was 9 years ago, what am I saying? When I was a newcomer, and now you're saying that I'm good, thank you. It's a very stressful period, but obviously there's beauty that is attached to it as well, you know? I'm
I
doing
can
the thing that I
imagine.
enjoy doing the most.
I can imagine. How are the preparations going for production week? I'm guessing next week is production week, right?
Yes, in 2 weeks' time. Yes, in 2 weeks' time, everything is starting to come together. Obviously, I believe that changes will still keep on happening even all throughout production week, all throughout production week. But it's very normal in this line of
Yeah,
work. But it's great that finally I'm starting to see a vision directly of what is meant to be happening on stage. So far so good.
very good. Thank you for accepting my invite to
Thank you
have
for
this
having me.
interview. A lot of MESC fans and Eurovision international fans know you, but maybe we don't know you away from the stage. Who is Stefan away from the camera and off the stage?
So hey, thank you for that question. Actually, it's a breath of fresh air. I have to start with that. Stefan is a very simple kid, very sensitive kid. Well, kid, not kid anymore. Besides, obviously, my line of work in music, I'm also an educator by profession as well. So that usually keeps me busy throughout the day, and it also funds my art and sustains me. I enjoy physical pursuits. I enjoy going to the gym. I enjoy keeping active. Obviously, then besides all of this, there is the music element which is involved. So whenever I'm not on stage, I'm usually behind the scenes, writing for myself and trying to refine my craft as much as possible. I enjoy going out with friends as well. So practically, that is what keeps my day occupied on a day-to-day basis. And as much as possible, I enjoy visiting animal shelters as well, helping out as much as I can. That is what keeps me fulfilled, I would say.
Steph, this is your fourth time making it to the televised rounds of MESC. However, you only made it to the final. However, you
Very
only
true.
made
Televised round. Yes.
right because last year, I mean, it was televised, but it wasn't.
Yeah, that's true. But it was
Yeah,
not like
yeah,
the main show that we were expecting.
yeah. You only made it to the final once in 2023. What do you think in your past participations kept you from achieving higher results? And how are you planning to change that with this year's participation?
I had my. I have to be honest because this is a part of my identity. I had my
And,
coming
and
out.
you're talking to Shaun, so of course you have to be.
Yes, yes, of course. I believe as well, my coming out as well definitely played a part in my artistic identity on stage. Now, the scenarios were the following: it would either go overboard or else there would be a balance. But in 2023, I felt that for the first time in my life, I could actually step out on a massive stage, on a massive platform, and actually be myself and tell the story that I actually wanted to tell. Back then, story of the song was very personal to me, so I believed every single word that I was singing, and ultimately it resulted in taking me to the final. And then as well, obviously, last year, even though we did not qualify all the way, mind you, obviously the number of finalists was way
Was
different, was
much
way
smaller,
less
yeah.
compared to what it is now. I think it was difficult for many artists in general, especially when you have, a very selected, concentrated number of artists that need to qualify, and making sure that there is a variety, because we also need to consider that in the show. It's harder. But looking back at Nam, for example, that is a song that regardless I still enjoy till this day, because sometimes you do tend to look at some songs which maybe wouldn't give you the results that you are hoping for, and you wouldn't want to listen to them ever again. But this one is one of those songs which I believe continues to solidify my current repertoire. Obviously, with Lablab Talk, the history book is yet to be written. But my main intention, the fact that I'm going to step out on that stage, one is already a huge feat for me. Obviously, there definitely is a bit more pressure, the fact that you are a returning artist and people expect more. And I also expect more from myself now to work maybe on previous mistakes. Wouldn't call them as such mistakes, they're all learning curves, but actually making sure that I create something visually beautiful and artistic on that stage.
This year, Steph, if I'm not mistaken, you weren't 100% certain that you would participate at the Malta Eurovision Song Contest. However, in summer you wrote Lablab together with Mad Black. How did Lablab come about, and what was it about the song that changed your mind from initially being unsure to saying I am going to submit for MESC?
No, and I will be completely direct with you. I'm not going to lie. Obviously, after last year, I really believed in them, and I was disappointed with the result. I'm not going to say, I mean, if someone
It's only
believes in
human.
music, it's only human, and I will defend my work as an artist to the nth degree. So that obviously, probably brought about certain feelings. Also, I wasn't sure about the format of the show, which thank God this year I'm thankful that PBS have given us back that audience, which gives us that feeling of adrenaline. But still, in the back of my mind, even though I was unsure, I was still writing music. I started in early February, I remember, of 2024. I was writing music with Ketil Moreland, who I've had the privilege to learn from him. He represented Norway. He's won as well in Norway Melodic Grand Prix. I've learned a lot from him. That is a song which is yet to be released, hopefully after MESC. And then the songwriting camp applications came along. And at the end of the day, when it comes to songwriting, I have nothing to lose. Participating in the songwriting camp wasn't ultimately going to confirm whether I was going to participate in MESC or not. And that's when I was paired up with Mad Black, Celia, and Itamar. And I decided, literally, as we were writing the session, that this would be a song that I will submit. Because what was so interesting is that it blended, I believe, poetically, Mad Black style, Mad Black's crazy style, together with my dainty elements in the performance. I always say it's as if Matt and I came together and basically, this song was born, the song was produced. And I think we managed to balance those styles and genres quite well. That is when I actually decided, and also getting confirmation that, yes, we're going to go back to a live audience, as the artist deserves.
Very good. So would you say that had the competition moved forward without a live audience, it would have been harder for you to commit to it this year?
It would have had an impact on my decision, but at the end of the day, I have to admit, Shaun, I am also a Eurovision fan myself. I do see the value in the platform. So if I really believe the song, and I believe that the song could give me a fighting chance towards that ticket, regardless of the platform, I still would have considered it. But I have to admit, it might have been a harder decision to make.
Very blunt question. In 3 months, Stefan is representing Malta, and you're sitting in the green room in the semi-final. Do you think your song would make the final?
Yes, I believe in the song. Of course, I believe my song could make the final, yes. I mean,
Amazing.
At the end of the day, I'm going to defend my product and my song, but I do believe that my song has that ability to be memorable enough. But obviously then we need to factor in the performance. Then the performance has to have that standout factor as well. It's no longer about the song anymore, not just about the song. Gone are the days in the 70s and 80s where the focus was entirely on the song. You had the orchestra to enhance the song and whatnot. Nowadays, the visual performance has to work hand in hand with the song. There has to be a brand identity. There also needs to be marketing, which needs to be done as well. Yes, it is a huge part of it, and sometimes that tends to be forgotten. And then hopefully, yes, why not? If all those factors and all those stars align together as they should, then yes, we can go to the final. I believe in the song.
What can we expect from you on the stage at MESC?
I'm gonna be cliche. Genuinely, I can't say much. I just want to create a nice, visual, beautiful performance. My stage director would literally be pissed off. So genuinely, I can't reveal anything at all. I'm very tight-lipped, but all I will say is that there will be energy. I have been reading comments as well from the public, and I am taking feedback on board. And as much as possible, all I want to say is that I don't want to bring a performance that is predictable.
Any concluding remarks for your fans and the people who are invested in Lablab this year?
Thank you. First and foremost, thank you so much. I think the Eurovision fans are the absolute best. They're the most dedicated fans, I think, in the world. They literally follow everything to the nth degree. And I just want to say a big thank you for your support, for all the streams, for all the views on YouTube, for all the messages. Honestly, if we didn't have that, that is a huge part of why we do this. Ultimately, to try and connect with as many people as much as possible and passing on the message.
Thank you so much, Steph. Pleasure to meet you again. And best of luck. Best of luck for MESC this year. For all of us.
Let's do this.
for all of you guys watching, thank you. Thank you for watching this interview. Subscribe to our channel, ESCBubble, and come and follow us on all sorts of social media. And we will see you later for more MESC interviews. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.